Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jazzy. I got a lot of questions on my Instagram about different things that I'm enjoying. I am going to start with TV shows. So if you guys haven't watched the TV show Sweet Magnolia, that is a really, really cute show, and I watched it with my parents. I actually think I might have watched it in June, but I'm including it in this vlog because it's just like it's a feel-good show, and I think we all need feel-good shows right now. So if you guys haven't watched it, definitely go try it. We didn't really like it the first couple of episodes, but as we got into it, towards the end, it was super good. So just try and stick it out and make it through because it is really good in the end. Another one of my favorites is, okay, I wish that I would be recording. Maybe I'll change this up next month. We'll see. But I wish I was recording this while I was watching it because I felt for this show. I cried after watching the show because it was just so good. The finale it just made me feel things, and it was bad, you guys. It was just so bad. All these shows, if you'll notice a trend, I like shows that make me feel things. So Zoes Extravaganza is one that you don't really expect to feel things because it's all about singing and stuff like that. So you actually think it's going to be a musical, and you honestly think you're probably not going to like it, which I want you to try it because you will end up liking it. I feel like I ended up loving it, and I did not want it to end. The story was so good, and the acting was so good in it, and it was awesome, and it was sad, and it was emotional, and it was just a roller coaster. So definitely check that out. I feel like I binged that super fast. And another one that I binged super fast this month was 13 Reasons Why. So I had watched the first 2 seasons of 13 Reasons Why years ago, and if I'm being honest, I don't even remember them. I really don't remember them. I could probably go back through and watch them again, and it would feel like I was watching a brand new show. But I ended up deciding to binge the last 2 seasons because I had nothing else to watch after Zoes Extravaganza, and honestly, I was kind of against starting watching it again because it triggers me. If I'm being honest, definitely make sure that you can handle 13 Reasons Why before you step into 13 Reasons Why. Parents went to high school so long ago now that high school is so different now. I mean, I went to high school so long ago now, so I'm sure high school is entirely different than when I was in it. And when I was in it, it was bad. The bullying was horrible, and it was just something that you can't explain to your parents, and something that you wouldn't want to explain to your parents when you're going through it, which I think 13 Reasons Why showcases really well. It does go to a little bit of an extreme in some circumstances, but it really shows how you can have the greatest family ever, and the way that you are in school and your classmates and stuff, they really do affect you. You'll see if you guys watch it, but honestly, only watch it if you think you can handle it, because I was able to handle it, but if I were to watch it now, this past couple weeks, I've had a worse time with my mental health, and if I were to have been watching it the past couple weeks, it probably would have been a lot harder for me to get through. And honestly, maybe that's what triggered me having a bad time with my mental health. So I just would be careful, if I'm being honest. But the 3rd season of that is a must see. I got so much out of the 3rd season, and I remember when the 2nd season came out, I got a lot out of the 2nd season too. So I just don't really remember it. I'm so bad with my memory just does not work sometimes when it comes to TV shows and movies. But I feel like the 3rd season was super good. 4th season I could have gone without, if I'm being honest, but it was worth it in the end because the last couple of episodes were so good. But the first half of it, I was not a fan. That's my rant for 13 Reasons Why. So if you guys feel like it won't trigger you, I would definitely suggest watching it. And if you're a parent of a kid that's in high school right now, or if you are somebody that has kids or is just wanting to know what kids go through, because it's interesting. It's really interesting, and they do a really incredible job showcasing it. I thought it was weird though because the 4th season, the acting really freaking hit the bed. I don't know what happened in the first 4 or 5 episodes of the 4th season, but the 3rd season, the acting was so good, and then the bed, something happened, and then all of a sudden it came back. At the end of the season, it was good again. So anyway, I don't know what was going on, but I'm happy I watched it, and I think it's a really important show for parents especially to watch. So I don't know if you guys can hear my cat. As you can see, she is a very hungry woman right now. Actually, I don't know if you guys can see her, but she's here. Okay, so next up is Mr. Robot. So Mr. Robot is a show that I've been watching with Dominic, and it's one that I probably wouldn't have gotten into on my own, and I probably wouldn't watch it on my own, but if you're looking for shows to watch with like your boyfriend, I think it's a really good one. He also got me into the show Suits, and Suits is incredible. Like, it is honestly one of my favorite shows ever, and I never would have watched it if it weren't for him. So sometimes I think, like, he gets me into these shows that are so, like, not my speed, but they're just so good. So definitely check out Suits, which is not one that we've been watching this month, but Mr. Robot is. We just started it, and we're a little bit through season 2 now, and season 2 is a little slower than season 1. It's kind of about, like, taking over the world. Like, these people are, basically, they're taking over the world from the government. It's a really interesting show. It's probably controversial right now if people were to start watching it, but it's a good one. So, anyway, another one we started was Down to Earth. So, Down to Earth with Zac Efron. We all know we only started this because of Zac Efron. And honestly, it's super good, and it's so informative. I see why they put Zac Efron in it, because if, like, Zac Efron wasn't in it, I never would have watched it, and I feel like there's so much information I'm getting out of it. I've only watched a couple of episodes now, but so far, so good. Like, it is really good, and I mean, Zac Efron's in it, so how could it be bad, in my opinion? So, it's definitely one to check out if you like Zac Efron, I guess I would say, because if you don't like Zac Efron, and you also don't really care to learn about the environment, it's like, why am I here? But it really does kind of break down things with the environment that, like, you wouldn't have known before. And also, he goes, like, around the world, which was another really big reason I wanted to watch it, because Dominic and I are trying to choose where we want to get married, and it's cool to see all of these different countries. Okay, guys, so the next category we have is movies. So we haven't really watched a lot of movies this month, but we have watched a few. Some of these are ones that I watched with Dominic, so I guess I would say, like, boyfriend or fiance or husband friendly. I should do, like, a category of husband friendly and just, like, ones that I would watch by myself, but either way, we watched Bohemian Rhapsody, you guys, and we've watched Bohemian Rhapsody before, and we really liked it. I just obviously didn't remember it. So we ended up rewatching it. We actually own it because it's that good. It is so good. Like, it just tells, like, a really good story, and it also keeps you interested. I'm usually not interested in movies like that, and it kept me interested throughout the whole thing. So that one was really good. And also the actor in it, this is really interesting. The actor in it is the same actor that's in Mr. Robot, which is what made us want to watch Bohemian Rhapsody again, because he is, like, the best actor. I swear, he's, like, the best actor. He's so good, and he just really portrays the character well, and I know nothing about him outside of these two shows, but I just know that, like, he does a really good job portraying each character, because both characters that he played in either movie were very different characters, and, well, they were a little bit similar, but either way, great actor. Ramik something. I'll put it on the screen somewhere. But he is a great actor, and you guys have to check out Bohemian Rhapsody if you hadn't. Even if you don't like Queen, I didn't really like Queen, and I honestly didn't know how many songs I knew by Queen, but after watching that show, apparently every song was by Queen back in the day. So definitely check that one out. Another one that we watched is Palm Springs, which has the guy from Lonely Island in it. I don't know why my mind is blanking on me. I know who he is because Dominic loves him, but I don't know what his name is for some reason. He's also from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If you guys like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, you'll definitely like Palm Springs. It's like a Groundhog Show movie. I don't really like those Groundhog Day movies, but this one was really good and left you feeling good afterwards. My favorite movie that we've watched, though, this month is My Spy. It's on Amazon Prime, and it's on there for free right now. It was supposed to come out in theaters, and maybe it did come out in some of your theaters, but it didn't come out here. The release date was after the movie theaters closed. So that was a really good one. I feel like I've been waiting like a year and a half to watch that one. They've had the previews on in the movie theaters forever, and finally I got to watch it, and it definitely was better than I expected. Usually with those kind of movies, you'd think, like, they probably showed the good parts in the previews, and, like, the funny parts, but there were so many more funny parts in the movie that they did not show in the previews. So I definitely suggest My Spy. It's the one with the little girl in it, and the big wrestler guy. He is a CIA, and they're, like, watching the little girl's house or something like that. And you'll see. You have to watch it. That one is so cute. And then I watched a couple of movies by myself. I watched them on Disney Plus. I decided I wanted to, like, try and do, like, see how the movies are now and how they, like, hold up over time. Because I know when I was a kid, I liked a lot of movies on there. But I wanted to see if I still like them as an adult. And no surprise here, I do. So I watched Stuck in the Suburbs, which was my favorite movie growing up. Like, literally my favorite. I feel like it was just, like, me in a nutshell. Like, going back and watching it, I'm like, I don't blame myself for loving this movie back then, because it literally was me. Like, I felt like it was just crazy. Like, I used to be obsessed with Jesse McCartney growing up. I've mentioned it in a few other videos, but the girl just reminded me so much of myself. So, but I didn't want, like, you want to seem cool, like you aren't obsessed with Jesse McCartney. I remember when I was in high school. Oh, no, I think I was in high school, you guys. That's embarrassing. No, I think it was elementary, and this girl that was in one of my classes tried to tell me that Jesse McCartney's name was spelled with TH, Jesse McCarthy, or something like that, and that was back when it wasn't cool to like Jesse McCartney, but you better believe I corrected her ass. I was like, it's Jesse McCartney, you have it all wrong. So, anyway, I was just way too intense about Jesse McCartney. I thought I was going to marry him one day, and that movie just brings back all the feelings. So, on to the, oh, by the way, Jesse McCartney on Dominic got it before I probably shouldn't tell you guys this. That's a spoiler. So, I'm not even going to tell you guys, but another one that I watched on Disney Plus was the Teenage Drama Queen. What was it called? I just wrote Teenage Drama Queen. You guys know. Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. That's what it was. The one with Lindsay Lohan. And that one was so good too, you guys. Honestly, these movies held up. Like, I couldn't believe how much I still liked them as an adult. I thought I would honestly hate them watching them as an adult because, like, I liked them as a kid. And yes, they are kid movies, and you can tell they're kid movies, but I still was like, and maybe it's like some of my, like, reminiscing on it, but I still felt like they were really good movies, especially Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. And correct me if I'm wrong. Actually, just let me know, because I don't know if I'm right or not, but did they play Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen? Was that in the movie theaters? Because I specifically remember going to a movie theater. I feel in my head that I went to the movie theater to see Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. Please leave a comment below if I'm wrong on that, because I would really like to know. I probably could Google it. Honestly, I probably will. Because now I'm wondering if it's a Disney original. So did they play Disney originals in movie theaters like that? I don't feel like it did. But I'm not sure. Because I remember the theater I went to and everything. Leave a comment below if you guys saw it. Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen in the movie theaters. Even if it wasn't in the movie theaters, I don't believe it. It was. I feel like it was. Okay. So this next category is Best Buys. So, that's like things that I've purchased this month, or even things that I purchased a different month that I just started using this month. So my first one is definitely going to be my Apple Watch. So Dominic bought me an Apple Watch for Christmas, and I was definitely, like, unamused by it at the time. Like, he bought it for me, and I'm not gonna lie, I was rich. Like, I did not really want an Apple Watch, and I was just like, why would you get me an Apple Watch? Like, I don't like when people spend a lot of money on me, and I didn't ask for an Apple Watch, nor did I really feel like the value was there for it. So I have so many regrets about that, because, like, who acts that way? And I felt that way at the time. I was like, why would I be so mean about, he bought me this really expensive, really nice gift, and I felt like I was just a horrible person. But it just wasn't something that I thought I was going to use, and I hate having things that are, like, of this price range just lying around my house and not touching them. Like, it's actually, like, my least favorite thing. Since we're talking favorite things, my least favorite things is buying things that are, like, freaking way too much money and never using them. So I said to myself, I'm going to use it. back when he got it for me. And I did use it. I used it for a few months, and I really did like it as I was using it, but it doesn't really hold a charge very well. So that was the only thing that frustrated me. But I will say, like, literally 2 days after Christmas, I felt so bad for, like, telling him I didn't want the Apple Watch because I actually really, really loved it. But I'm a bad gift acceptor, I guess. But anyway, on to this month. What I'm saying is that I started using my Apple Watch again this month because I realized that I'm, like, not moving. Like, I literally don't do anything all day because I am just at home all day, so I needed to get up and, like, walk and stuff, especially because of, like, how hot it is out right now. It's really been hard for me to, like, actually motivate myself to go on walks. But this bad boy has really been helping me, and now I put the charger, like, right next to my bed, so I just take it off every night, and I put it there. But I don't know why I couldn't do it at the old house. So, really like my Apple Watch. It is super nice. I definitely suggest investing in one if you guys are trying to, like, keep yourself on track for workouts and stuff. It's really, really helpful for that. Basically what I'm saying is July item, definitely my Apple Watch. I put it on every morning and I love it. One of my favorite, like, pieces of clothing, I guess it's not considered a buy, but my purple dress I got from Boohoo. So, give me 1 second. So I don't know where my purple dress is right now, but that's probably because it's probably laying around somewhere because I wear it every day. Like, I literally wear that dress every day. So I'll actually link the haul somewhere on here that I did a while ago. And that purple dress I have been living in since I did the haul. So that's my favorite piece of clothing. And by the way, this outfit that I have on right now is super cute. And it is also from Boohoo. So I'm going to be having a Boohoo haul up shortly. I just filmed it yesterday, but first I'm probably going to put this video up since it's the end of July already. And then I will have that Boohoo haul up for you guys, and you guys can check out these clothes. My favorite podcast for this month is this podcast called the Enough Podcast, and I will actually link it in the description. I'm in a group on Facebook, and this girl, I think her name is Anna Larimore or something like that. Anna something. She has this podcast, and it's all about women empowerment, and I just love it. I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with the story. Like, I'm obsessed with everything. I'm obsessed with her. She was in, like, a relationship before with a narcissist, and that's what really hooked me because I have a ton of friends who have been in relationships with narcissists, and I just have a lot of personal experience with narcissism and just dealing with narcissists, and it's just so interesting to hear other people's perspectives. And I have just been able to suggest it to so many people in my life that have, unfortunately, come across being in a relationship with a narcissist. So that is a really incredible podcast, and it doesn't just showcase narcissism or anything like that. It actually also showcases women in general. Like, she's had somebody on there that talked about Enneagrams, which is another favorite. It's, like, seriously a favorite of mine this month. I have been obsessed with learning about my Enneagram. I am an Enneagram 2 wing 3, and I just love reading about it. It's so much fun. So if you guys haven't done your Enneagram test, I'll actually link that below as well, because the Enneagram, like, the whole thing, I always wondered why people raved about it. It's because it's so accurate. Dominic took it. I had Dominic take it. I had my mom take it. I had my best friend Abby take it. I had everybody take it. I had my sister take it, because it's just so cool to actually know what other people are too, because you learn how to interact with them for their Enneagram type, which is so necessary. Like, oh, I've just learned so much about, like, everybody in my life from the Enneagram test. But anyway, she had an Enneagram specialist on there. She had this lipstick boss girl. She's just like a woman empowerment, like, all over the place. Like, woman empowerment that freaking throws up on her podcast. It's just so good, and like, I don't know why it turned out like that, but it's just something that I can listen to forever because I just love that message. So that is my podcast recommendation for the month. Okay, next is my favorite song of the month. So, you guys, as we all know, or we have learned, Taylor Swift is coming out with new music, and I'm so excited. I'm filming this on the, the 23rd. Let me explain to you the story. I woke up this morning. I had a massive migraine. Like, it was horrible. And I looked at my emails. I don't know why I always go to my email first. I go to my emails and I have an email from Taylor Nation. This is what the email says. As I'm sure a lot of you already know what the email says because I'm sure you're part of this, but the email says, new album, Folklore, available tonight from Taylor Nation. So I'm reading this and I'm like, this isn't true. Like, this is inaccurate. Like, there's no way she has a new album. So I click into the email, right? And all this stuff comes up. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this because I don't have the camera facing me. But hopefully you can. If not, I'll like pop it up on screen somewhere. Actually, I'm just going to pop it up on screen. It's so much easier. So this stuff, all of this stuff that you guys are seeing right now, comes up on as like, it's an album that she's releasing. And obviously I see that there's pictures of her, but I'm still thinking to myself, like, no. I'm still like in that denial phase. And I'm just thinking, somebody took old pictures of her and edited them to make it look like she had a new album out. And like, so I was just thinking, I'm not going to click any of these links because I'm worried it's a hacker. So I go up to like the email part of it where like I can see who the email was sent from, and it's from @TaylorNation or whatever. So I'm thinking like, now I'm very confused and I still think it's a hacker. Like, I'm still like, somebody did this. I don't know who, and this is clearly not her. So then I go on Instagram because I'm like, of course, let me check first before I go clicking into links. So I check on Instagram. What do you know it? You guys. She has a new album coming out tomorrow. And I'm like literally almost in tears talking about it right now because I have been so like down this month. I've just been down. Like, I can't explain it. I just have not been having a good month. And your girl needed this. So like, for Taylor Swift to come out with a new album right now is just like perfect timing for me. Not to say that Taylor Swift did it for me, but I mean, she did it for all of us, obviously. Obviously, she knows that the world is in a bad place right now, and we all need a little Taylor in our life. So anyway, come to find out, it was actually her, and my migraine just magically went away, you guys. Not really. I still have like a really bad migraine. If I'm being honest, it got so much worse because I was so overwhelmed with excitement, and like I had to go in. She has like, you guys, if you are Taylor fans, I hope I haven't lost you. I hope I haven't lost you if you're not a Taylor fan. I know people don't like Taylor Swift. I know there's so many people out there that hate Taylor Swift. So I'm sorry that I'm rambling, and I'm sorry that I love her. But I'm not sorry because she's incredible and she's amazing. So anyway, migraine got worse because she always releases like 50,000 things that you have to choose from. And usually I buy every one, but this time, I mean, we're in a freaking different world right now. I cannot afford every one. So I bought vinyl and a CD of hers. So it was still like, honestly, too much money for me to be spending right now. But I had to do it because, I mean, this is incredible. So anyway, moral of the story is, I'm sure that my favorite song of the month would be different if I was filming this before the end of the month. And maybe I will update you guys on here if I decide to, what my favorite song is off that album, just for kicks. I probably will, actually. I'll probably insert a video right here telling you guys what my favorite song is off of her album. But I just can't believe it. Like, I just can't believe it. I still don't believe it. Anyway, back to my favorite song, regardless of her album. I have really been jamming to that Fake Fine song. I don't know who it's by, but it's like, throw your hands up if you're someone like me. Mm-hmm. Your head above water, but you still can't even breathe. Fake Fine. Robert Grace. So this guy is a TikToker, obviously, and he was found on TikTok. I have been listening to so much music from TikTok. It's unbelievable. There's another one that I really like. It's Low Key 2020. That one's really good too. But I've just been really loving that pandemic music. And it's just so relatable right now. So Fake Fine would be my favorite song from the month. And let's see, I don't have any other categories right now. If I come up with, what my favorite thing we've cooked this month. Dominic made these steak tip sandwiches, and those were incredible. I should have vlogged it because it was so good. Dominic is hands down the best cook I've ever met in my life. And I so think he should start a cooking channel because his cooking is stellar. Okay, guys, so next up, I am going to tell you my favorite video of the month. And my favorite video is actually from my friend, Carrie Alyssa. I think that's how you say her last name. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Or not last name, I'm sure it's her middle name. But hopefully it is how you say it. We're going to see. She'll tell me, I'm sure. Now, hear me out. Her and I, like, weren't friends before this video. So this was my favorite video before we were friends. I was obviously like a fan of hers beforehand, but this really inspired me to want to do a video like this where I tell you guys my favorites, because I really think that her story is really important for people to hear, and I think we can all relate to certain things that she says. So my favorite video is definitely, it's called My Weight Gain Story. Weight gain during quarantine and tips to loving your body. So this video had to have been super vulnerable of her to post, and in hindsight, now that I've become closer with her, I know it was. So I think that is really important to support and to show all the love we can to somebody that is putting their story out like that. And it has inspired me. It has really inspired me to want to share my story. So coming up in the near future, I will probably be sharing my story about my weight gain with all of you. It's definitely a lengthy one, but her video definitely put me in the position to feel like I could also share my story with you guys. And it kind of gave me that extra push that I needed. So that video is so good. And then my favorite moment, I hate to mention her again, but I'm definitely going to, because my favorite moment this month was when I watched, and I hate to do this because I know that it's probably going to come off like I'm talking about her video in my video because she talked about me in her video. But I promise you that is not the case. I was already planning on talking about this video in this video. Like, if I had Dominic here, he would come and he would tell you this. But I was already planning on, like, talking about her weight gain video in this video. But my favorite moment was when she mentioned my name in her video. And in her video about depression or something like that, it was her medication video. Dominic and I were sitting on the couch and I literally just started crying. Like, I literally just started crying and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that she actually, like, mentioned me. I don't know. So, because that's like my whole goal with this channel, you guys. Like, my goal with this channel is to encourage people to feel better about themselves and to feel better sharing all of their vulnerabilities. I actually am considering starting a series about vulnerabilities, but I am worried I'm going to be too vulnerable on it. So obviously I haven't yet, but I am planning on starting a vulnerability series, and I want people to normalize it. I want it to be a normal thing that we talk about. I don't want us to shy away from the things that make us who we are. And so to have somebody mention me in a video where they're discussing the things that make them who they are is just really special for me. So again, I thank you very much, Carrie, and you don't know how much you made, like, my whole month with that. Now, this is like my favorite part of the video, you guys. This is so awesome. So now I'm going to tell you guys my favorite comment from this month. So my favorite comment this month is actually from a girl named Abby, and I don't know if she's still watching my videos. I don't know if she even continued to watch my videos after she left the comments, but I do know that it was really special for me to hear from her that she watches my videos with her mom. That just made me whole inside. Like, I don't know. And shout out to Abby's mom. You raised an incredible girl. Like, listening to what she was saying was just really, really special for me. And to know that somebody is watching with their mom it means the world to me. So I'm going to leave her comment on the screen. Hopefully she doesn't mind. I'm actually going to message her before I leave her comment on the screen to ask if it's okay if I do. But I did want to give her a shout out because those things just mean a lot to me. So, okay. I know I've talked a lot, you guys. I know that I've talked so much, mostly because I feel it. I feel that I've talked so much. So thank you guys for watching this video. It means so much to me, and the community that I have here has just been so meaningful for me. I wish I could come up with a more creative way to word it, but the community that I have here, every single one of you, and I literally love the fact that I can picture each of you when I'm saying it, because I have such a bond with you guys. So the fact that I have made this it's all me. It's you guys. The fact that you guys have allowed me a platform where you guys come back and you watch me every week, it just means the world to me. It just means so much. So each of you means so much to me. And if you guys are ever okay, I really want to say this part, you guys. I really need to say it, because I have had moments where I felt down. And if you guys are ever feeling down, or you don't have somebody that cares about you, or you're just having a bad day, reach out to me. I care. I legitimately care about you. And I want you to know that. So, yeah, just wanted to let you guys know I have open communication here, and I hope to hear from you guys, and thank you for watching. Remember to hit that red subscribe button, hit the like button, smash that like button. I love getting likes. I notice them, I promise. And leave a comment below. Let me know some of your favorites. I would love to know what your favorites are from this month. Alright, you guys. Thank you for watching. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video.